Welcome to the Fragrance Nut. Hey, today we're going to talk about Initio Parfums 2025 release, and that is none other than Lift Me Up. This here doesn't have a lot of notes going on, so it's not a very complex fragrance. So at the top, you got some magnolia, that could give it that kind of lemony smell. And if you've ever smelled Kimono by Dianam, Japanese brand or Japanese house, and they make tea fragrances, and I've still been on the hunt for tea. So, and in fact, I just bought some hibiscus peach and something else inside that tea. Anyway, and I'm gonna make a cup when I'm done with this video. But anyway, if you've ever smelled any of the Japanese houses, they tend to have that kind of magnolia scent in there. And also, there's some bergamot in there, and that bergamot can give it that Earl Grey type of scent to it. And so there it is again. In most tea fragrances, you will find bergamot. And then in the mid, there's some tonka bean. Now, that tonka bean can kind of give it that almondy scent, and then this it does. It kind of has a little slight tobacco type feel to it. And then there's a ylang-ylang. And then ylang-ylang is a yellow floral, and it can kind of give it a sweet, fruity kind of scent. And in the base is just some vanilla. Of course, it's creamy vanilla too. It's kind of mellow. And then you've got some musk, and we all know that that's a synthetic because it's not true musk anymore. The IFRA prevents us from getting fragrances unless you go into the European market. You could probably find some deer musk, real true deer musk, which comes from the deer pod. Anyway, to sum this fragrance up, I would just say it's nice, it's a crowd pleaser, it's not complex at all. To me, this is an anytime fragrance. You could wear it anytime, day or night, dress it up, dress it down. It's not going to offend anybody. You could probably get some compliments from it. It doesn't push out or far from the skin, so it does after a couple of hours, in my opinion, sit a little closer to the skin. And it's, in my opinion, it's also slightly feminine. But me, I don't care. I love florals, so if you don't like it, I wear it. It doesn't matter. I've come to that mindset about 10 years now, and so far I've been pleased with having changed that mindset. And that way I can explore more life, explore more fragrances in this life that is very short and fleeting. So my suggestion to you, enjoy life, wear what you want to wear for you. And then if others around appreciate it, that's fine. But don't wear it for anybody else. Wear it specifically for you. And then, but my other opinion of this fragrance is just okay. You know, Initio Parfums is also the sister house of Parfums de Marly. Years ago, they would deny that, but now I believe they're okay with admitting that. But to me, this is a little pricey for a fragrance that it's been done many times. Like again, I said it's just the 6 notes: magnolia, bergamot, tonka bean, ylang-ylang, vanilla, and musk. I mean, not a hell of a lot going on. I don't know who the perfumer is on this. I didn't spend much time trying to find out. Kind of sweet. I can't think of anything other than the Komodo, which carries that magnolia, that this would remind me of. I've been trying to put my thoughts together about that. But yeah, I would say if I wouldn't buy a full bottle of this, if I did buy anything, I think a 10 ml decant would be enough to enjoy for a while and then move on to something else. But I believe this may come in a 50 ml. I'm not sure if it's 100 ml. It all kind of reminds me of those 3 bottles that they have that are kind of the white looking bottle. if I did put any money into Initio Parfums, in my opinion, would be probably Musk Therapy. Uh, but I've been a big fan of the Parfum de Marly brand since Harriet and Ojan and a couple of others that they've had. But my first introduction, I believe it was Harriet. Anyway, that's basically all I have to say about this. Um, can't remember where I got this. I usually don't gatekeep. I probably got it from Scent Rush. If I did not, I may have gotten this from parfumsdefrance.com. But anyway, let me know if you've gotten your nose on this. What do you think? Are you sold on the 6 notes and it's okay with you and that you would spend the money for this? Or did you like it? Is it too feminine, not masculine enough, or for a person who probably appreciate, I would say, florals? Definitely, this would be okay. Again, 10 mil size, not a 50 mil. It's not overly complex, and certainly most fragrances that I like for them to be a little complex as one. If I'm spending above $300, $400, I do want it to have some kind of uniqueness about it. I do want it to have, I don't think it has a longevity problem, and I don't particularly wear fragrances to announce that I'm in the room. I did that years ago, and in fact, when I was maybe 17 years old, I almost remember, excuse me, I remember wearing something in the, might have been like the early 80s, and somebody outside said, wow, somebody sprayed a lot of fragrance on. Well, that was me, and I realized then that I had put on too much. And so ever since then, I kind of keep them close to me. Anyway, that's all I have to say. Let me know if you tried it. Like, share, subscribe. Always remember, keep smelling good.